text, no reply. That's when I knew.
Yeah,
I knew.
circumnavigate the globe is the cash.
Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Here's part 2 of my 15 and pregnant story. Anyways, so getting more to like the later months, I never actually showed either. Stomach never really grew much. I don't know why. It grew more towards the end, towards like 8-9 months. And I mean, that's because the baby is ready to come and, you know, you're ready to pop. But I never really showed until I was like 6 months pregnant. That's when my stomach started growing. Other than that, I just looked a little bit chubby. This was my last appointment. I feel like this is all over the place. I was due November 28th and he was born November 22nd. I was at my doctor's appointment November 21st. And it was like 9 in the morning, 10. I was getting checked like the usual checkups I had, you know, where they monitored me for a couple minutes. So I usually got monitored for like 20 minutes. This day they monitored me blah, 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 for 45 minutes. I was monitored for 45 minutes, which was pretty strange to me. And I did see like I don't know what to call it. It was like his heartbeat was going and then it was like, and then it was, I don't know how to explain that. Anyways, just know I just felt like it was off. So then they say go into the room so you can get your last ultrasound. And it was pretty strange to me because every time I got my ultrasound, they would be like, okay, so your water is fine, the baby is head down, like, you know, everything is fine, just the umbilical cord looks good, like the blood flow, everything, just, you know, everything that they tell you. It was always like they would be telling me like it's fine. And this time the doctor was just sitting there quiet, like not saying a thing. Let me say this, before I went into that room, I told my mom, I was like, I feel like something's wrong, like they're gonna tell me bad news. And she was like, don't think negative. And I was like, no, I just feel it. It's like a strong feeling I have. So then I'm sitting there waiting for her to say something, and then she's like, I'll be back with your results. I'm gonna go ahead and call another doctor in. And then I told my mom, yep, there's something wrong. I'm like, I'm probably gonna get bad news. When this doctor comes in, he's like, you know, I'm this doctor, one of the top 5 good doctors here in Nevada or in the United States, some weird thing like that. And he was like talking to me, and I was just sitting there like I wasn't even listening to anything. Like my head just went blank. I'm like over here like scared, tripping out. So then I just hear him, she has to go to the hospital now to be induced. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, there's like a little skip in the baby's heartbeat. I don't know what to say for that. Like there was just a little skip in the heartbeat and they wanted me to go. It was an emergency induction. And I was like, okay. And my mom's over there like trying not to cry and scare me, and the doctor's like, don't cry, don't scare her, because you know she's very young and she's gonna be scared, and then she's not gonna want to do it, and then the baby is at risk of dying. We go to the hospital. I go and I'm sitting there crying, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this. And I get upstairs to the 7th floor because that's where the maternity place is or whatever. And my mom's signing me, and I have to sign papers, and I'm like, no. I'm crying. My face is hella red, everything. I'm like, no. I want to have a C-section. And then she's like, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you're dumb. Like, this is gonna be easy. It's gonna go like this. And if you have a C-section, like, you're not gonna be able to, you know, just talking shit. So she's over here telling me like, if you have a C-section, you're not gonna be able to get up faster, like stuff like that. So then I go, I want to call Keontae, and she's like, no. Let me tell you, like I said, at the time we weren't on good terms, best terms, whatever, and she would not let me call him because I was only 16. I didn't have no choice. She was still my parent or guardian, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now I'm 18. Now I can do whatever the fuck I want, but I was 16, so I wasn't able to call my baby daddy. I was even more frustrated because I just wanted him to be there, but he wasn't. So then I go into my room and they start checking me. They start plugging in the IVs. I got poked 9 fucking times. Let me tell you, 9 times. I had big bruises on my arms after that because the needle just wouldn't go in, or it, like, you know, whatever. So it wouldn't go in, and then they had to poke me like up here somewhere, and they finally got it in. So they started my IV, and then around 3 o'clock, I was there since 10 in the morning, so at 3 o'clock they come in and I get this little thing that kind of looks like a sperm. So they put it in, and that's like only to soften your cervix, and then after that they put like Pitocin in your IV so you could like dilate and like start getting contractions. Well, let me tell you that I didn't need that. I just got the little thingy inserted and I started dilating with that. I started feeling contractions around 6 p.m. So that's when I count, like, as I officially started going into labor or whatever. So it was like around 11 p.m. and I was actually not feeling myself breathe. So they had to put like the little what is it, oxygen mask? I had to get an oxygen mask because I felt like I couldn't breathe on my own or nothing. I felt like I was too tired. So then they put me to sleep. They put this medication in my IV, which I don't remember what it was called, but they put me to sleep. And then later, like 2 hours later, they come and put it. I start waking up, and then they put it again. And let me tell you that this medicine made me like see things. Like, I'm talking about like little purple people. This is a drug or something, because it's not normal. So I'm sitting here not being able to breathe, and I'm shaking and I'm shaking, and they're checking me, and I'm in pain. I didn't cry. My mom says I did, but I'm positive, 100% positive I didn't cry until I got checked at 4 centimeters. I got checked and I was having a contraction, and they stuck their fingers up there and they just, you know, all up in there, and I started crying. So I started crying, and my mom was like, "You're fine," and I'm like, "No, like, girl, get this girl to get her fingers." So she's like, "You're at 4.5," and then my mom is just sitting there. She falls asleep, and then they wake her up because I have to get my epidural. So then I get my epidural, and I was able to get some sleep and some rest. Okay guys, sorry for interrupting the video so much, but I did forget to mention that the first time I got checked, I was 2 centimeters dilated. Then after that, I did get checked at 4. That was the only time that I actually cried because it actually was hurting. Then I did get checked a couple minutes after that, like 30 minutes, an hour, and I was 5.5 or something like that, and that's when I got my epidural. I did get my epidural really early, simply because they wanted me to get some rest because I wasn't being able to breathe. I had an oxygen mask on, and they wanted me to be able to have the strength to push the baby out later on. So the next 2 times that I got checked, I believe, were at 9 and 10, because I was asleep until like 9 in the morning. So I did get checked at 9, and then 30 minutes later I was at a 10, so it was time to start pushing. I just wanted to mention that because I did forget to say that in this video. I mean, it has been 2 years since this happened, so it's like kind of hard for me to remember everything or say everything in the video, you know. But yeah. And then around 9 in the morning they come and they check me, and I'm at 9, and then at around like 9:25 they come again and I'm at 10, and so they're like, "Get ready to push." When it's time to push, I'm like drained. You know, I'm just too tired to push. they were being bitches, y'all. Let me tell you, they had me hold my own legs. Like, I know you're supposed to do that, but I couldn't. I had no strength. They had put something in my medicine, in my IV, I mean, and I was just like, I couldn't. I was shaking really bad. Oh, let me tell you that when I got my epidural, I was shaking so much that they put it in a little bit wrong, and they're like, do not move, try to not move, or else if I like do this, it's like gonna mess up. So they had put it in a little bit sideways. I don't understand how that, you know. I have back problems now. I guess it's because I was shaking and they put the epidural a little bit wrong or whatever. So anyways, back to the pushing part. And after that, Tay, be quiet. So then after that, it's time to push, you know. And I'm over here trying to push, but I can't because I'm drained and I had no strength. I couldn't feel myself. I still had the oxygen mask and they're over here like, she's fine. I couldn't breathe. I swear I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was dying. So they started like making me move around a little bit just so the baby could like, cause usually when you have a baby, their head is like, their face will be facing down. Well, Chance's face was up, so it was harder for me to push him out. So anyways, they're sitting there trying to make him face down, and they couldn't, so they're like, okay, it's too late for that, let's just get her to pushing. So then I'm sitting here trying to push, you know, they're sitting there like pressuring you, like push, oh my god, you're about to, like, shut up, bitch. Like, shut up. So I'm sitting here pushing and I can't. I give up at one point. I give up and they're like, okay, if you give up, you're gonna kill your baby. Literally, I was so fucking scared when they said that. And then they go, you know what, just call the doctors in and take her to the emergency C-section room, whatever. She's having an emergency C-section. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no. I'll try one more time. Okay, guys, so I'm sitting here editing and I noticed that I did forget to say something, and it was that I did have help. He was actually taken out with a vacuum. So that's when they stick something to their head and they pull them out, because I just didn't have the strength to push him out by myself. So I did get that help. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that because I did forget to say that. You know, my last time, I give it all I got, and he comes out. When he comes out, his umbilical cord is around his neck 1, 2, 3 times. It goes wrapped around his arm, under his leg, like under his, like wrapped around his leg. So his body was all wrapped in that. So when they took him out, he was like purple, gray, like he was just not, you know. So they take him out and they're trying to make him breathe and like cry and stuff, and they're just checking him. I didn't get to hold him till like a whole lot of time later, like, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm trying to hold him, but I can't because he's being checked because he was wrapped around the umbilical cord, and you know. So I was scared. I started crying when I had him. That you know, I just was in that room. They were trying to get me to breastfeed. I couldn't breastfeed. So I didn't breastfeed at all. I tried to, but I just couldn't. There was nothing there, so I couldn't breastfeed him. So he was born at 9:43 a.m. It was a Tuesday. He was born at 9:43. He weighed 6 pounds 10 ounces. He was 20 inches long, and he is my biggest blessing ever. So at first, when they check your baby, he wasn't hearing out of his left ear, and they had to do that thing like 3 or 4 times because they thought he was gonna be deaf. Okay, guys, so I did want to mention that throughout the whole like labor and delivery and stuff, to me it was easy. My contractions weren't as painful as I thought they were gonna be. To me, it was more like period cramps. I cope with pain or handle pain very well, whatever, which is why I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying go have a baby because it's not painful, you know, because no, everybody's body is different. People handle pain very different. So, you know, but yeah, to me it wasn't as painful as I thought it was gonna be. Everything went pretty smooth, pretty easy, except for, like I said, the pushing part, because I was way too tired and I was drugged out. It was a little bit harder. The most hard part for me had to be the afterbirth. I did end up tearing. So, you know, you have to get stitches, and to me it was just harder because I think since I did mention that they put the epidural a little bit like sideways or whatever, I did end up having a lot of back pain after, like, the stitching and stuff. I couldn't get up for 2 whole weeks. I had my mom take care of the baby for 2 whole weeks because I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't use the restroom or nothing. I couldn't shower myself. I couldn't walk, nothing. Like, I could barely hold the baby because, you know, I would walk and it was like I would like hold my back like an old person would. So yeah, it was the most painful part for me, I guess. And what else? So I did end up being on medication that drugged me most of the time, which was part of the reason why I also couldn't take care of the baby. And then I did have like these little pads that would numb me and a spray and stuff, but it didn't help as much. I mean, it was a big help, but it didn't help with like the back pain as much as I thought it would, because that wasn't for that. So I'm trying to remember, y'all, but I think that's it. I think that was the worst part of labor and stuff for me, was the afterbirth. It was the most painful part. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all, y'all. Show y'all my little monster. Here's my little monster. He'll be 2 in November. And he's the cutest thing ever. And he got a big head, almost as big as mine. Say hi. Hi. Blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this a thumbs up.
Even if you don't like it.
Even if you don't like it, give it a thumbs up, because you know we the shit. Mwah. And my baby's the cutest little ugly monster. Made no sense, but he's the little monster. Hi. Hi. Give me besito. Besito. Okay, y'all. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all give this a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, post notifications, because we're gonna be posting more. And you know,
We love y'all.
we love y'all. And all right, y'all, peace.